Tom Hanks, sir, you've got a new movie out that you just went to the premiere of.
Yes, indeed.
Which I know is very close to your heart. But before we do, we just have to spend a few minutes, because you're here and you haven't been on the show, just to marvel at your career.
For sure.
It is an amazing... No. You know, most successful actors, their box office is kind of, in millions. Over $8 billion. Your movies have...
Really? That's news to me. All right, then. All right. And why did I have to pay for this suit?
But it's like that's like a country.
That's extraordinary.
That's like a successful country.
I could secede.
You get it?
Yeah.
You could be king of somewhere.
Then I could ask you to come and sing My Girlfriend is Hot Like You. What's your wish?
The Sleeps in Seattle, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Apollo 13, all the 3 Toy Stories,
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been
And
fun.
when you look back, is there one that you kind of like, you think, that's the one I'm really happy I said yes to?
Well, there's some... I got to tell you, when we did Apollo 13, it was the first time I was only with 2 other guys for, like, most of the movie. And I have to tell you, you might have noticed this on some, Band of Brothers. When 3 guys are making the movie, the jokes become so filthy as of lunchtime of the first day of shoot. And I got to tell you, Kevin Bacon and Bill Paxton, who were in the capsule with me, know the foulest joke. And we were trying to, like, out-foul and out-gross each other, And that's how we spent most of our trip to the moon, saying, all right, a guy is hunting and a bear comes into his trip. And you just go from there. Big trouble.
And in your first kind of big movie, Splash, I mean, that must have been a really horrible job, all the underwater scenes.
Well, that was... It was kind of... There was no way... Everybody said, how did you shoot those underwater scenes? Well, we jumped in the water. And we went down and held our breath, and then we shot it. It's amazing how they did that. No special effects. But we had to learn how to scuba dive, and because I'm in clothes, there was always an air tank, somewhere up there, because we're in about 30 feet of water. But they had this underwater phone booth that was weighted down with a dome on the bottom of the ocean down in the Bahamas, and the dome was filled with water. So if Ron Howard, the director, had to give us an instruction, he would swim over there, and I would get towed by a safety diver, because I couldn't swim because I had iron weights in my pants to keep me down.
Okay.
So he would tow me over there and stick my head up, in this dome of water, which was about that big, and then I'd wait, and then Ron's head would come up with a regulator in his mouth, and go, all right, that's good, that's good. If you could just have more wonder. I need to have the eyes open a little bit more, and don't look like you're out of breath, all right? All right. They would swim away, and then, that's literally a director. And then I would and then I would get towed back to wherever we're shooting. I would try to remember what he said, but essentially that is actually an exercise in not dying.
Yeah.
And where we did not get killed, that's what they put in.
It went well.
Yeah, it went good enough, yeah.
Bill Murray, it's delightful to have you on, and maybe this is wrong, I'm told you've never done a British talk show before.
Well, I think I did one, but the guy was actually Irish. Oh. So technically, I mean, there was people running after me the next day going, hey, Mark Wahlberg, that guy you were on with was Irish.
But you said to me his name was, do you know a guy called Terry Wogan?
The Wogan.
The Wogan.
Yes. There's a man named Wogan.
He's still going.
He's still going?
He's still going.
I was on the Wogan show. And for like a week, people were like, I saw you on the Wogan show. I did, but he was a nice fella. That's the guy that's Irish.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy.
I should probably point out, I'm Irish too. I'm Irish as well.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know you are. I think you play golf there all the time. Yeah.
You know, it's people like us that are turning this country around.
You haven't won an Oscar yet, but last year you were part of the Oscar-winning film.
Yeah, I was.
12 Years a Slave.
Which was an amazing honour. I mean, that night is so extraordinary in itself, but to sort of crown it all with that was very special. And for such an extraordinary film, it was amazing.
And great to kind of get up on stage at the end. And,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's so...
Me too, I'm in it!
Exactly. I'm glad I did my photobomb earlier on rather than then.
Well, this weird thing.
Yeah.
Like, at the beginning, like, how overexcited must Benedict Cumberbatch
really
be
was, yeah.
that at the beginning of the evening, he did this?
I was very overexcited because that's a very high jump.
I thought you were standing on something, but that's a jump.
Several publicists, yeah. Like a running human leapfrog at it. No, it was, well, Ellen, who was hosting, Ellen DeGeneres, I thought did a fantastic job.
no, she did.
She started it by oiling everyone on the red carpet with vodka. So her show was handing out, whilst they were interviewing us, these little miniatures of vodka. And it's a nerve-wracking event. It's the Oscars, for heaven's sake. So, yeah, I was emboldened by booze, a little bit like Timothy was in his acceptance.
Did they know you were doing a Kenneth Williams impersonation?
Yeah, it was like that.
We get so many messages and tweets and emails from your... Now, they're not Cumberbatch anymore, are they?
They change name every time I'm on.
OK, so what are they now?
Cumbers.
Cumbers?
I don't know, I'm making it up, Graham. Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Do you know what you are?
Cumber People Collective,
People.
bunches, brands, babes.
It's like they're not a group anymore.
People, no. I think there's definitely some splintering going on.
There's a lot of splintering. Yeah. OK, so there's a bunch of questions that I'm contractually obliged to ask you. They will go nuts if I don't. Okay. So obviously, when will we see more Sherlock?
2015, I think, yeah.
OK, are you in the next Star Trek?
No comment.
OK. Are you in the new... What a cheese! Wow. Are you in the new Star Wars movie?
No comment. No, of course I'm not.
I heard a rumor you were seen around the set.
I did go to set, which was fantastic. I mean, it was like walking through my childhood, and Harrison, whose place I'm honoured enough to be in on the sofa, it was... yeah, he wasn't there. The point is, I walked to the Millennium Falcon, I sat down. I mean, it was incredible. It was
would you not be a stormtrooper?
Should I even saying this? I probably shouldn't be saying this on television.
Well, no,
it's a secret. Don't tell anyone.
We know when that did it because it fell on his foot. So
that's right.
Yeah, so
that's
we know
right.
that, yeah.
That's right. That's already been spoiled.
Yeah.
That's
but
fine.
Did you not ask to be a stormtrooper or something?
No comment.
Are you a stormtrooper? Are you? Are you at the back of one of those people?
Unbelievable. No comment. Years ago, they go
Get back of the troops will just see something like that. Is that him? It is weird because you're so smiley and nice. You're so smiley and nice, and yet you are a little bit scared of him, aren't you? do you find when you go to parties and things, oh, see, now you're frightening me. Look at that. Because people in general, how do they react in a kind of nervy way, or?
It depends what film they know me from. You know, you can definitely tell the difference between if someone knows me from Spider-Man or they know me from Last Temptation.
Yes, Jesus. Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
They are different.
Because, let's face it, they assume I'm that guy.
Now, the two of you, obviously, very successful now, but you both had kind of humble beginnings in theatre, particularly both of you quite experimental theatre.
We were just talking about we both performed in Glasgow.
Yes.
In, like, old factory spaces.
Yeah.
Is that the place where you were heckled? Or was that Edinburgh?
That was in Edinburgh.
Oh, OK. No, because tell them the story about being...
No, we're doing a show. It's for the Edinburgh Festival. We're very close to the end. The audience is getting restless. They don't like it at all. And finally, I've got the last speech, and I'm giving the speech, and some guy shouts from the back, "Rubbish! Rubbish!" I waited a second, I said, "OK, we're going to start again." And we did.
I love it, punishing them. You'll be pleased to know that the 57-year-old Irishman didn't know that you have a rapping career. You are a very successful rapper.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's just a big part of who I am, and it always has been, and it just kind of started out, you know, as a kid listening to his brother's kind of sweary rap cassettes and trying to imitate them, to just being almost like my kind of therapy and how I kind of just almost work things through in my own mind.
Because, am I right, one of the things you rap about is the frequency with which you're stopped at airport security, but then is it a double-edged thing where now you're stopped at airport security because people know you rap about being stopped at airport security?
It has been slightly bizarre. I mean, so it started off with me just being kind of terrified as a brown man at the airport and just knowing straight away that they're kind of like pressing the red button under the check-in counter as soon as I turn up, and experiencing that. But now it's kind of like, you know, a couple of people will greet me on the way through check-in and they might know my work and they'll be like, okay. And particularly Heathrow Airport is quite South Asian, you know, so there's a lot of people working security there might know me or my work or be fans. So I've had this kind of slightly bizarre experience of being, you know, about to board the plane and I get pulled to one side and the dude who's swabbing me for explosives is rapping my lyrics back at me. And so it's like, it's quite surreal. So he'll be like kind of going through my underwear, kind of like making sure, you know, searching me, asking me questions and just going, yo, can I have a selfie when it's done? And the thing is, you can't really say no because he could stop you getting on the plane. So it's quite a bizarre experience. But I guess, you know, the film deals with situations like that of kind of being an insider and an outsider at the same time, which we all are in different ways. You know?
I know, Alex, I know you're a big Downton fan.
I am. I shout at it a lot.
You haven't seen it.
I do, yeah, we watch it, and we shout at it, because I'm not in it.
Have you ever watched Downton? No.
I've got the box set. So I should watch that.
Now, we hear, and I don't know, because you run in rich circles, exotic circles. Have we had a good authority that the actual Queen watches Downton Abbey? Because we hear that she's a fan.
You're not supposed to talk about what...
OK.
The Queen... No. I was told that she did, but then I have been told by another gentleman who works in those establishments that she likes Midsummer Murder.
Who doesn't?
OK, it's OK. I didn't take it badly.
And of course, Alan Bennett isn't the first real person you played, because you played Prince Charles.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I did. And one of the reviews said, why have they cast somebody who looks like George Bush? Who I also played.
But you know Prince Charles, don't you?
Well, I wouldn't say I know him. I mean, he's the patron of an actors' charity that I'm kind of involved in. Oh, yeah. Yes.
You're in love with him. Look at you. That's the funniest thing anyone's ever said.
Give me an OBE. Yes, he hasn't seen The Queen, I know.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean The Queen, the film.
The Queen.
Not
She's seen his
but but his wife has. She
Did you like it?
She did like it, yeah. She asked me, she said, what was it like playing my husband?
Oh.
What a terrible flirt.
Yeah, she was quite twinkly.
Very nice.
She's very good news,
She's
I think.
really very, very good.
And actually, talking about it, clearly, you are Dame Maggie Smith. We know that. But
I'm not that when I'm working.
Oh, so on a poster it will just say...
No, it just says... yeah, because you don't use it professionally.
OK. But
unless you're... Who is it? Sir King Bensley.
Yeah.
Now, Bryan Cranston, wow, the dedication to your craft. Because Malcolm in the Middle, you would think, oh, a sitcom, how hard could that be? But the writers really, they pushed you to extreme situations.
They did. They often would say, you know, what would Bryan not do? You know, and I was naked, covered in blue paint. I was attached to the front of a city bus. I roller skated. And one time, the creator of the show came to me and said, I know I told you that I would never ask you to do something I wouldn't do. What I'm about to ask you, I wouldn't do. Would you wear 75,000 honeybees on your body? And I said, yeah, I think that sounds cool.
I have a lot of questions about this. We'll just halt the proceedings to go through these. Sorry, but did you get stung?
I did get stung.
Ow.
Well,
how many times?
Okay, so the first thing, when you're wearing 75,000 bees, it should not come as a surprise if you get stung. What was that? Oh my God, I got stung by a bee! How did that? So the thing you realize is that when you're wearing bees, you realize that the sting of a bee, about 95% of the pain, is actually the surprise factor. Ow, what? Oh, God, that...
Did that not make another...
No, I didn't do that. So the beekeeper said, if you get stung, let me know, and I'll immediately, like, flip out the stinger with the sack of venom in it, because if you flick it out, then it won't get pumped into your system.
How's he going to find this thing amongst 35,000
I don't know.
Talk about
I don't know.
Sting and a hate.
So I had to stand that way. I had to stand, and in the scene, I need to turn, and that's when I got stung. So I said, oh, I felt just a little pinprick, and I went, oh, I think I got stung. And the beekeeper goes, where? He's ready. And I said, in the... And he goes, sorry, man. Not going there. Good luck with that.
Oh, my God.
Is there anything, I'm sure so much of you is in all of this work, but like, is there any like exact like anecdote or in the stories that's from your real life?
Yes, in terms of how lots of people find the character frustrating, I've taken that from my life. So, yeah.
But did you discover anything about yourself through this?
Well, this is the thing. The book really is about whether you should keep writing. And in a way, I've answered that question with those books. Okay. So I'm announcing my retirement from writing, and this is it. Now, this is exciting because I believe you brought one of Harold's poems with you. Yes, Harold wrote a lot of very muscular and powerful poetry, as well as, you know, his very important films. And I have asked Colin if he would accompany. It's a two-hander.
Yes.
Oh, it's a two-hander poem. Will you do it? It's called The Breakdown, the poem.
I would love to.
Okay, thank you. So now, I think you've each got a camera that you can look at.
I'll be playing Colin.
Sorry, I have to get into character. Because Sorry. Okay, sorry. Here we go. It doesn't take 4.5 hours, mate. Okay, don't blow this.
All right.
Okay, so I think Richard is 6 and Colin's 3. I'll try and do Harold Hughes's voice as well, so don't be alarmed. Okay. Okay. And what's it called again? It's called The Breakdown. The Breakdown. Could we say it together?
Yes.
That'd be nice. 1, 2, 3. The Breakdown. Okay, here we go.
Have you broken down?
I have broken down.
Where did the event take place?
It took place near my home.
How far from your home were you when the event took place?
I don't know how to get to my home.
Was the breakdown sudden, or were there warnings?
No one warned me.
Are you with anyone, or are you on your own?
I am on my own.
Was anyone else involved?
No one else is involved.
Well, would you like to stay where you are until we arrive?
I would like to be home.
We are quite busy. Are you okay to wait?
I have time, but I'm not okay.
Are you insured?
I am not insured.
And what kind of car is your car?
I am not in a car.
Well, perhaps it's better to stay in the car.
I do not have a car.
You do realize this is AA?
I know who you are.
We help people who have broken down.
I have broken down.
People who have broken down in their cars.
And what about those who haven't?
Beautiful. Okay.
Thanks for the work.
No, that's okay. I've come back out of character now.